Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here with an unboxing and first impressions look at the Espada Art Itachi Uchiha 1/8 scale wall statue thing, whatever they officially call it, but it's right here. We're starting on the back here because that's what the full thing looks like. Also, there's a couple extra features if you haven't seen this thing before, but this is what we got here. This actually lights up. For anyone who has not heard of this at all, it lights up. I have no idea what batteries it takes, so I got my AA, my AAA, and I got my screwdriver here, so when that time comes, I'll be ready. But we're gonna hop into this. I think I pre-ordered this like at this point. I feel like everything that I pre-ordered had to have been like nearly 2 years ago now. It felt like everything was in 2020, and then it's like, okay, things have officially been made and now they're actually starting to come out. But it's been like a year. It was I'm pretty sure at least 2021 that I actually pre-ordered this, or at least first saw the announcement of it, something like that. But it looked amazing. We got 2 Itachi sculpts, we got 2 sets of eyes, so we got the Mangekyo Sharingan and we have the regular Sharingan as well. So I'll pop all this stuff out. I'll probably have to cut eventually. All right, so I did have to cut there for sure. Had to get my trusty kunai to cut everything up. And also I forgot to mention, even reference that I had this figure here. This is the Rocket Toys Itachi figure. If you haven't seen that, highly recommend looking up some actual reviews of it. It is amazing. Ignore the fact that he still got the plastic on his feet. Clearly I haven't taken it out too much, but I was like, well, doing an unboxing of this, might as well have Itachi out here. So we're gonna start off with Itachi himself, which looks absolutely amazing. Got the classic with the crows. Full bottom half is actually fully flat. I'm surprised it's completely flat. I thought for sure there was gonna be something there, but I guess it makes sense because I'm pretty sure he attaches. Yeah, he attaches through the back here. There's one little peg too. I'm surprised it's not even 2 for that, but there he is. I did not realize that he had 2 head sculpts. I knew that you could change the eyes. I have this like all backwards. Like just the way it goes in this thing is so crazy. Yeah, so it goes forward, which just feels so weird the way I had to take it out. So we'll do the 2 head sculpts together. I'll actually lay this on the nice comfy couch. Don't do unboxing, so I don't have the fancy gloves or anything like that, but this look like exactly the same. Am I crazy? Oh, he's got the, okay, hold on. He's got the different eyes, which you can like. I'd have to get like an actual shot with my macro lens for you guys to see that jump. I don't know how well this translates, but there's one, which I think is the regular. It's so hard for me to tell. I'd have to have the light right on him. And this is the regular. Like that, it's so hard to see that. I don't think his eyes light up or anything either. Once again, don't know how well that'll come across. I'll probably end up getting some pictures later. But I don't think I ever realized he had 2 head sculpts because you can't see this. Like it's so tiny, like even up close, I was like, I have to have the thing right on it. And I'm pretty sure his eyes don't glow as a part of the whole glowing moon feature or anything like that. So it's cool. It's definitely cool, but like I legit could not tell. I had no idea. Like clearly it's probably been in all the pictures and I never once noticed like, oh, he has the Sharingan and then he has the Mangekyo. I just assumed it was like, oh, just hit him with the regular Sharingan and then you can put the regular or the Mangekyo on the moon, which I guess we'll get to that now. But I'm surprised. I mean, it's really cool. It's attention to detail. You can actually match the sculpt with the eyes that you're actually putting on the moon, so that's very cool. But yeah, I always forget I have that alarm when I'm about to do a video. Oh yeah, you can't tell. But we got these giant eyes, so we can do that. Boom. Like there, that you can see that from a distance. That is the classic Sharingan. And then boom, we have Mangekyo Sharingan. So that's definitely cool. I think, yeah, they're both the same as far as like expression on the actual eyes. It's just, I don't know what you would call it. Like I don't know, it's hard to describe it. It was just like an sort of look from Itachi. It doesn't look angry. Like that's his normal, just, you know, whoops, deadpan look. It's just plain and calm. So we got the 2 sets of eyes, and of course we have the moon itself, which apparently is powered by USB based on this plug I'm looking at right now. So we got a nice, not a bad distance based on how much is coiled up, but we'll check that out in a second. Here are the screws for if you want to put it in the wall. Those are, you can barely see them, but that little bag right there, that's what they are. Has a little Allen wrench. Definitely a super cheap plastic feeling on the back, but I don't really care. I didn't even think about how that would feel. It's just classic reflective, you know, like classic, like cheap toy plastic is what it feels like. But considering how light it is, because I'm holding just like this, it's like nothing. Like you could do a couple fingers for this. Like it's very light, so I don't have any issues or any concerns that the front piece will somehow detach from the back. Like the whole thing is incredibly light, so I'm not concerned about that in any regard, if I'm being, excuse me, completely honest. So that's very cool. I definitely think it looks nice. Of course, more crows, so that looks good. I love the like dark spots on the moon, so you have two different shades. And of course, when we see this lit up, it's definitely going to look even cooler, that, you know, difference in the actual coloring there. I definitely like flicked one of the crows, so they have a little give. I obviously wouldn't test that, but I did that by mistake, and I felt like, ooh, those a bit of resistance, but you know, the slightest of bumps. Obviously, wall mount, or you know, somewhere away where people aren't going to be like, you know, high-fiving the crows, you should be fine. I think it'll be good. So this looks cool. Obviously, side profile, you can't see much because they're in disguise, but there you go. That's the moon. So I'm gonna check, and these are okay, magnetic, which is very cool, very cool. So I'll bust the Mangekyo out first. That looks nice. It looks funny from the back here. It actually looks like Kuruma's ears, like the baby Kuruma, when you see it like just all black. That's what I think of, at least. I don't know why. Obviously Kuruma's orange, but that's just what I see, like that specific like curve. I see like his ears. But there you go, Mangekyo Sharingan. So that's definitely cool. And obviously I was curious how that was gonna go, because I don't think I actually read that it was done by magnets before, but simple, you know, I don't think any chance of marking or anything like that. They have an actual divot. You can barely see. It's like right there. There you go. You can see the little circle there. So there's a tiny little divot where the magnet is, and then slots right in. No big deal. No pressure, no friction. Just a nice little magnet. So there you go. Classic Sharingan, Mangekyo Sharingan. Simple input, definitely nice. And then just to mix it up, you know, one a piece. You know, definitely works. I think that's what I have. He might have both his regular Sharingan. I got the bleeding eye on, but I can't remember which one I have. It should be both Mangekyo, but there you go. You mix and match and do whatever you like. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and set this bad boy up. I'm gonna attach Itachi to it. I guess I'm gonna figure something. I guess I gotta use a little power bank, because otherwise I'm gonna have to put it up against the wall. I thought for sure it was gonna be battery powered, so I will say, and also it's on the bottom here. So there you go. There's your input. It is USB-C. Yes, so it's USB-C, so that's good. Decent. Actually, you know what, we'll take this out just so you guys can actually get a full view of the length of this cord, because it's actually a fairly decent length. At least it seems that way, based on how curled up it is right now. So see how this goes. But if they're gonna do this, I do wish it could be even longer, but that's not too, whoops, that's not too bad. I'd say that's almost like phone length. I mean, honestly, it's like the length. It's longer than my arm, so that's good. There's a little bit of slack there, so that's definitely good. It's definitely got a decent length to it. Obviously, it still has to be plugged up into something. So of course, if you have a power bank, you know, you've got no issues. You could have it, you know, like somehow, if you could set it up, you could probably have the power bank like sit in the little cusp. It would have to be small enough, but depending on whether or not you trust it, you know, just, I don't like anything that warms up. I don't like taking that chance of sitting it on anything else. I never like doing that. It's like, it can sit straight on a hard, you know, table, or it can sit on like the floor or something. But whenever I have something that's using a power bank or anything like that, I never like putting it on there, even though it's like the tiniest bit of heat. I'm always like, you know what, just in case. It's always that really weird random thing, but I think you can get away with it if you trust it. If you have one that you trust enough, you could totally just like slide it on the back. I think it would fit, you know, get like a small one. And you don't need it running permanently. Obviously, if you do, that's a little bit different. You got to figure that out. Find it, you know, have it set near a plug in the wall. But I mean, the fact that it's white helps if you have white walls. Mine are okay enough to where it could like just barely like blend in from a certain angle, but it does kind of suck. Honestly, I think I would have preferred, considering it's a wall mount, I think I actually would have preferred if it just went with batteries. And that's just personal opinion. That's what I was going off of for sure, because I'm like, all right, well, it's a wall mount, it lights up, it'll have to be done through batteries. That, for personally, I think that makes the most sense. I understand why it would be USB, because it's almost like that way you don't even have to buy batteries. An option would have been fantastic as well. Like, I love it when people give you options like, hey, if you want it completely detached, just here you go, you can use batteries on it and have it, you know, wherever you want it, especially for something that mounts on the wall. I think that would be the best option. But at least we got something, you know. I mean, obviously it has to have something that lights up, but even if it didn't, it would look really cool. Like I thought it was cool beforehand, and then the fact that I knew it lit up was like, oh well, I kind of have to have it. So we'll skip to that. I'll find a little spot. I'll probably just light this up right here and then shut all the lights off and kind of come back to it. So I will see you guys in a second. All right, so here he is all set up. Before I hit the lights, I want to actually show you guys what I thought was an Allen wrench was actually just the metal stick. You can see it, this bad boy right here. It's just a metal pole. There's just a little metal stick that goes in the back there, and that's what holds them up. So it's not plastic that does it. It's actually just the metal piece that I thought was an Allen wrench, but it was actually just for Itachi. So I wanted to show you guys that it is sturdy. It has like its own, you know, it's solid in there. And obviously this is me shaking it around. Even the eyes, obviously, no wiggling. I'm not gonna do too. That's not bad. That's not bad. So it is a nice snug fit. It took me a little second to get it into the back of Itachi. It definitely felt like it seemed like it was supposed to be a certain fit, and it was like the angle seemed off and weird, and it was like, even when I ended up having it, I was like, that doesn't really feel right. And then it slid really far into the back of the actual moon itself, and I was like, okay, it feels more secure once I do that. But it feels like it barely goes into the back of Itachi, but it actually is secure. Like, just to let you guys know, if you happen to get your hands on it, or for anyone who might already have it, I had the same experience where it's like it barely felt like it was there at all, like actually in the right position. I was like, I feel like that's gonna fall out, but clearly not. It actually is in there. But if you set it up, it just might not feel exactly right. Also, I had to do some finagling to get my little thing all the way up here. I had to detach my keypad and everything. So next little shot we're gonna get is this bad boy all lit up. Dang. So that is honest reaction. Dang, that looks good. Like, holy crap. That is, I mean, it looks a bit more vibrant through the screen, but it looks good. Like it looks more even, I should say. I can see like this spot right here looks like it's really like, it looks more like lava, you know, kind of what I'm seeing, but I can tell you it's definitely more subtle than that. It's definitely like a nice dark, I mean, it's like from the anime, like when they did the blood moon, that's kind of what it looks like. Like it's actually like a nice, it's vibrant, but it's definitely toned down from how it looks like an actual glowing orb. Like what I'm looking at right now makes it feel like one of the old DBZ like action effects where it's like super vibrant and everything, but it's definitely more subdued, but it looks amazing. Like just looking right at it and having the silhouette, even like in absolute darkness where it's like you can't see it, the silhouette is sick. Like honestly, the silhouette of this, like obviously you guys can see the color looks pretty decent with you know, the little bit of light reflecting off the TV there. You can actually, you know, see Itachi, but if I look right at him, there's a lot less detail, especially with the light kind of, you know, hitting right at me. But silhouette wise, it looks amazing. Like just seeing the crows and just like that shadow effect looks really, really good. Obviously the eyes are up top. Also, you can take this also, here you go. If you want it, the full moon without it, it looks good. You can see, I can see that in the, even in the, my screen, you can see where the magnets are, but that's so minute. Like you're not really, you can see it. I can still see it. I can see it looking right at it for sure. But that does show like kind of how clear the actual casing of the moon is. Like it really is vibrant, so all the light passes through. So that's like, honestly, I would say that's nitpicking at that point, to be like, oh man, I can see the two little dots where the eyes go. Hardly noticeable. If you want, I think, I mean, I don't ever touch any of my stuff, but if you want to do like some minor adjustments, I'm sure you could easily do it to kind of darken it just a little bit so it looks smoother and it's not exactly like the two circles. But I don't think, you know, like it's up to you if you're like that hardcore OCD about it and it has to be perfect. I don't think I'd notice it enough, and I'm not sure how often I'll even have this lit up anyway. I mean, most of the time I see it, it'll probably be during the day, or if not, I'll probably be streaming anyway. Like if it ever ends up being like in the background, like basically this space right here between the hat and my display, that's pretty much where it would be anyway. So it would just be lit up all the time. So I think I'll be fine either way, but it definitely looks good. I mean, it looks good lit up. So there you go. That's it. I'll turn the lights back on and then we'll talk about a couple of the more detailed little features so you guys can have just a bit more information. So we'll cut back to the lights and, you know, get out of this one real quick, but that looks good. That's 100% like, yeah, that's worth the money as far as I'm concerned. So that's it right there, but we'll talk about a few details in a second. All right, so here you guys go. It's fully lit up just with some extra light on it, just so you guys can see, in case you wanted some extra detail there. Once again, a bit more vibrant with the actual bright spot right here. Just definitely looks like flowing lava there, but it looks good. And there it is. Once again, no lights. Obviously I got like the spotlight on it, so it has like that center kind of reflection based on where I put it, but if we do it up close, it looks a little bit better, I guess. But no lights on, still amazing. I still think it looks good. It's the simple Itachi, you know, black, red, white, that little bit of blue underneath. It's fantastic. I think this is 100% worth it. I know that I was like slightly worried because I hadn't seen, they did one for Pain, which I think came out like right before this one as well, but that one was on pre-order months before this one was even up, and I was constantly looking like, oh, let me check out this Pain one and see if it's really good. Even that hadn't shipped, you know, pandemic stuff, all that. So I was like a little hesitant because I hadn't really seen anything but like one other review on YouTube of anything they've done. So I was like, okay, you know, that one figure I saw looked pretty decent. So I was like, I hope it comes out right. And I say this came out, honestly, I give it a 9 out of 10. Honestly, if it had batteries, 10 out of 10, 100%. But as of now, I would say 9 out of 10. So we have decapitated Itachi here. So we're going to talk about the head sculpt stuff. The head sculpts are exactly the same. That I would say is like the one weird little thing. Once again, attention to detail. I'm not even going to bother going all the way up close because, like I said, one is Mangekyo, which I think is this one. The other one's regular, which I think is this one. I don't know. Once again, attention to detail. So I do appreciate that fact. It's just so crazy to think like the whole time I was just like, oh, yo, it's exactly the same. It's like probably the only time ever where I'm like, I'm okay if they save their money because I just won't be that close. I'm sure, you know, everybody's different though. So, you know, I'm kind of just speaking from personal experience. It's not going to be one of those things where I have, you know, like in front of me or like right on the desk, it'll be in the background or it'll be off. It'll be, you know, wall decoration. Sometimes people buy stuff, you know, especially something that I think is a decent size for what it actually shows off. It's actually a decent size. It's not too big or too small. You could easily have this if you have like a gaming setup where you have some stuff, you know, behind the scenes, and then you have stuff that you like to look at. You could easily have this like right on the desk. You could just barely an inch or so above your desk, and it could be like right there. It's like almost like a little lamp or just a cool, you know, art piece. And sometimes you light it up if you want to. So everybody's different. But yeah, that's the one thing for me where I'm like, I totally appreciate it. It's not even an issue or a nitpick. It's just weird to me because I'm like, it's literally exactly the same. I guess the only thing I could ask for is like, what if they made it a little different? Like literally, like if one went to the left and one went to the right, I guess that's literally the only thing I could ask for, just to be like a minute difference. Because in a weird way, I almost feel like they wasted their money a little bit giving us both, and then it not being any variation because you can barely see it. Once again, that's my personal thing, but of course some people will have items up close, but it really is a wall piece. So for the most part, you would expect it to be somewhere where people aren't like right in front of it looking directly at it. So it almost feels weird that they did too. But for the sake of, you know, if I put the Mangekyo up on the moon, he can have the Mangekyo. If I put the regular Sharingan up on the moon, he can have the regular Sharingan. So I don't hate it or anything like that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I've never once been like, oh, they kind of could have saved their money if they wanted to, and I would have been fine with that. It's weird, but I'm sure there's some people who would appreciate it a lot more. But like I said, for me personally, it's so far away. It could have just been regular Mangekyo or regular Sharingan for his face, and then just, you know, the magnetic eyes could have been the thing that you switch out. But once again, not a complaint, just a thing I wanted to bring up because I'm like, oh, that I just feel like it's slightly odd, but I don't hate it. And not to mention the fact that if anything were something insane were to happen, very rare occasion, it would be possible that you basically have an identical replacement. It's just the eyes. Once again, it's such a minute thing that you can barely see unless you're actually right up close to it anyway. He's got, it's red and black on his eyeballs. It's Itachi. That's all you need to know. So in a sense, you got a little bit of security, whether you care about the continuity or not, as far as having the eyes up top. Once again, there are probably going to be times where you just want the moon. You don't even want the eyes. And personally, I might not have the eyes. I think it actually looks a little bit cooler without the eyes on it. Like, I just like this. Like, it's perfectly symmetrical, or, you know, so to speak. I mean, it's just, boom, it's just the moon. I don't need the eyes or anything. It could just be Itachi, and I'm 100% sold on that. But I'm not going to deny the fact that this is a nice little addition. Like, it's, you know, that extra little piece of flair, which somehow I'm not able to get. There we go. Had to, like, curve it over a little bit. But that extra little bit of flair, it does look cool. It's very interesting. And then, you know, you got the light off, it blends in even more because it's darker. So, you know, when it's not lit up, it actually blends in a bit more. But either way, lights on, lights off, eyes on, eyes off. This is a 10 out of 10. As far as I'm concerned, it's exactly what I was hoping for. I think it's a decent size. Of course, if you have the light on, it's impossible not to notice. So if I had it in the background, you're not going to miss it. It's going to be there. But even with it off, it looks good. Like, no matter what you have, this looks good no matter what. Like, that just looks nice. So 100%, if you can still pick it up, I highly recommend this. I guess I should put here's the price. Here's what the price was, because I do not remember the price at all. So there you go. That's the price. I got mine from Sideshow. I think they still have some on sale, but you can easily look it up. And once again, it is the Espada Art. So there you go right there, Espada. You can check out their stuff. I know that, like I said, they have Pain. I would assume that if someone else does a review of that, I didn't bother getting that one. I wanted Itachi, plus it lit up. So, you know, I want Itachi. I don't care that much about Pain. But 100% get this 1/8 scale wall statue. I think it's good. I think it's great. Like, this is absolutely amazing. Eyes on, eyes off. Every version of this looks really good. Light on, light off. It all looks good. So definitely pick this one up. I highly recommend it. I think it's definitely worth the value. I think the artwork on it is really well done. Like, it's him, you know, dissipating into the crows. Like, that's really cool, and it's incredibly well done too. So absolutely love it. 100%, 10 out of 10. Definitely worth the money. Pick it up if you can. Like I said, check out the thing for pain. I think his is just plain, like, it's just him kind of just floating, doing almighty push. So if you got like a crazy setup, you could really just have him like up in the center of the room or something like that, something real wild. But I say check it out. I think it's definitely worth picking up. Would love to know your thoughts on it. If you guys have any questions, I feel like there's not much to be asked, but obviously everybody's different. So if you guys have any questions, anything random that you would like to know about this, as I kind of figure out where I'm going to have this thing set up, or if I'm even going to set it up like actually on a wall, or just have it somewhere I can see it, I don't know. But any questions, definitely let me know. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Super shameless plug, I have a gaming channel. Please check that out if you're interested. But any comments you guys have, please put them down in the comment section below. Also, this is super random, but I'm filming this the night that the GTA 6 trailer leaked, so I have seen that. That was absolutely insane. Like, I don't know why in my head I wasn't thinking like GTA 6 PS5 graphics, but it was just like, oh, the whole game's gonna look like crazy. So that's something. Just wanted to randomly throw that out there. That happens to be the same day I'm filming. It was just like, yeah, our trailer leaked. Here's the trailer. So what a wild night. It was a great day for me. Great day for me. But pick this up if you can. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.